So we'll get back to some more Pokemon Emerald, where last time we became the champion, defeating Wallace of all people, who was a champion. And this time, we are back in Little Roots, back in our home, after, well, really cool events and stuff. Let's head downstairs. We got post-game stuff to cover. My dad is home for once. You finally got the milkman. Hey, it's been a while since I saw you, but you look stronger somehow. That's the impression I get, but your old man hasn't given up yet. Oh yes, and I have something for you. This came to you from someone named Mr. Briny. SS ticket. A ticket for a ferry. If I recall, there are ferry ports in Slateport and Lily Cove. I thought it was her talking. You really gotta enunciate better, buddy. I'd better get back to Petalburg Gym. Mom? I guess that's your official name. That dad of yours. He comes home for the first time in a while, but all he talks about is Pokemon. He should relax and stay a little longer. Is that a breaking news story? We bring you this emergency news flash. In various Hoenn locales, there has been reports of a colored Pokemon in flight. The identity of this Pokemon is currently unknown. We now return you to the regular movie program. I mean, did you catch that? What color did the announcer say that Pokemon was? This is highly important for something we're doing today. It ultimately depends on what you choose here. Now, personally, blue is the best option in my opinion. There's a reason, I'll get into that later, and also because, well, blue's my favorite color over red, but it's up to you if you're not going to use whatever comes out of this, but I highly recommend grabbing blue for reasons we'll see. Well, isn't that something? There are still unknown Pokemon. You're gonna force me to go all the way around. Screw you, Mom. Oh, hi. You guys just waiting outside my house? Whoa, that was good work out there. I knew there was something special about you when I first saw you. But I never expected this. Oh yes, do you still have the Pokedex I gave you? I have something to show you. Let's go to my lab. We have the power of teleportation, apparently. Naimata May, I've had the two of you help me study Pokemon. Thanks to your help, new facts are coming to light. It appears that in the Hoenn region, there are also Pokemon from other regions. It goes to show how rich and varied the natural environments of Hoenn happen to be. That's why I think it's necessary for me to upgrade your Pokedex to the National mode. Here, let me see your Pokedex units. It's so cool that even my Pokedex is getting updated. It's because you went out and caught so many Pokemon. I caught like 20 Pokemon. Although I caught a lot of unique Pokemon. Okay, all done. National mode. But listen, you've become the champion, but your Pokemon journey isn't over. There's no end to the road that is Pokemon. Somewhere there's a grassy patch that's just waiting for you. Oh, shiny hunters. I think I'll take a short break from fieldwork. I think I'll help the professor here for a while. And of course, we never get a rematch with May. That's something I want to mention. In Emerald, there is no rematches or anything with May. You never see the fully evolved other starter Pokemon, which is really freaking weird. But one major upgrade is that we now have the National mode, which, are we in the National mode? Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, we're in National mode. This is referring to every single Pokemon in existence up until this point. Something that Galar doesn't have. So there you go. Oh, Scott, aboard the SS Tidal. Feels great to be on the sea. By the way, there's this place I'd like to invite you to for a visit. If you're interested, board a ferry at either Slateport or Lily Cove. I'll fill you in on the details when we meet. I'll be waiting. Appreciate it, buddy. So, yeah, the National mode stuff. There is a reward, kind of, but it is so overkill that you don't even need it. I'm gonna go over to I'm gonna go to Mauville. But if you choose to go and get every single Pokemon in the National Dex, there is a reward, unlike the other games. But it's not that great of a reward, to be honest with you. It's kind of just brownie points. I want to switch to the Acrobike. For people who know what I'm doing, well, you know what I'm doing. And I'm gonna go fly on over to Slateport. So this may be a bit obscure, especially since we've never seen this thing before, but we're going to be going after after something that was reported on the news, that unknown Pokemon, which again is so freaking obscure that you wouldn't even know. For Pokemon that you need at least something that is lower level than it, something around the level 30s. You could probably just use one of the Regis, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'll go with Registeel, I guess. Let's switch you out. I don't need Eclipse right now. Yeah, it is the Lax Incense. Man, I kept thinking it was a different incense, but yeah, no, it was the Lax Incense. I'm stupid. That thing has come into clutch so many times. Anyways, so for this, I highly recommend you have an Acrobike, and I highly recommend that you have a Pokemon that's lower leveled. Like I said, the Regis should be okay. So making sure you're in the lead. As for this, put on the Acrobike, pop on a Repel. That's max 5, which I didn't even use any of. Where are my Repels? Oh, it's right here. There we go. And hop around in the grass for a bit. Interestingly, this counts as you walking in the grass, but it does not expend any steps towards your max repel counter. It's actually pretty nice because there's a roamer now. We haven't seen it, but that Pokemon that was on the news is a roaming Pokemon, and we've never seen it before, so there's no way to tell where it is in the region. It's an older game where there's no indication on the map or anything. Honestly, this is probably the best method to go and try to find this thing. So, my suggestion is just hop around in the grass a little bit. If you get nothing, go back into the store and come right back out. I would consider this probably being the best way to grind this out. It can take a while, especially since, again, you can't tell where this Pokemon is and what it's doing. So, you kind of just have to hope for luck. That's really all this is about, and thankfully, you shouldn't go through a bunch of... Can you please go to the right? Jesus. You shouldn't have to go through a bunch of max repels and all that. It's, again, ultimately up to luck and all that. So, I'm going to go hop around on the grass for a bit, and I will see you when something interesting happens. Hopefully. Oh, that took forever. Latios, if you chose blue on the television program, will be a roaming legendary. It is a very speedy, specially defensive, and specially offensive dragon psychic type that is borderline overpowered. It has a unique typing that lets it take advantage of Stab Dragon Breath and its signature move of Luster Purge, a 70 power psychic move that has a 50% chance of lowering the opponent's special defense. Thanks to its typing, it can use a wide range of moves like Ice Beam and Thunderbolt, making him more unpredictably ruthless. Adding to its Levitate ability, there's not a ton that can stop him. And if you get his unique held item of the Soul Dew, which unfortunately is only through a mystery event in this game, it will raise his special defense and offense by 50%. As such, he was, and very well still is, very well known as a competitive monster. If you chose red instead, you would find his sister of Latios. She can still be pretty good despite her not being as overpowered as her overpowered brother. Like her brother, she has a unique typing that is really hard to deal with and gives stab to extremely good moves. She has the exclusive move of Mist Ball as well, which is just Luster Purge but has a 50% chance to lower the opponent's special attack. She also takes more of a support role, learning moves like Recover, Charm, and Refresh. Along with this, like Latios, she can take advantage of that Soul Dew if you get your hands on it. Besides that, Latios isn't as wickedly overpowered as her brother, but she can still hold her own very well. This thing took like 30 to 40 minutes just to frickin' find. Ugh, you're annoying and I hate you. Remember that Master Ball we got a long time ago? Pokeballs. This is where we're using it. This is what is referred to as a roaming Pokemon. This is the only one in this entire game that does this. Basically, it will run from you the first chance it gets in the middle of a battle. It will also just roam around the region and go to random places. As such, Master Ball is the best way to deal with these guys, because, well, it catches them instantly. Hence why I don't recommend using your Master Ball on anything else that isn't a legendary. Unless if it's like a shiny and it might explode or something like that, but if you're gonna get this thing legitimately, I would suggest having something with Mean Look or bringing out a Wobbuffet and chip it down, put a Paralyze on it, and just hope for the best. Even in hiding, it can detect the locations of others and sense their emotions since it has telepathy. Its intelligence allows it to understand human languages. Leave your suggestions for nicknames in the comments below. God, that thing took frickin' forever. Alternatively, what you could do too to try to catch that thing is go onto the big water routes over to the east. You can pretty much go into any direction you want to go, and you can go to a bunch of different locations as a result. Different route locations, I should say. So, it can work out pretty good on that case. I just prefer doing it the old Slayport method. So you have Lonely Nature. I want to see what that is. Lonely is up attack minus special attack. Yeah, that kind of sucks, to be honest with you. It is not a physical attacker at all. It literally doesn't learn any physical attacks, so it's there. But I will say, the reason why I was saying choose blue over red is because Latios is so much more stronger than Latios. And there are uses for Latios. I'm not gonna ever use it personally, but it is extremely powerful, especially if you get one that has an adamant nature. It is dumb if you have it with that. It will easily wreak havoc throughout the rest of the game. So before we end things off, because that really wasn't enough for you guys, there's a lot of things we can do now that we're in postgame. For one, there is one last trick house we can do, and it's sad to say, but it is the final one. You are being watched. Of course, they're not going to give me a hint. You're underneath this sofa. Or cushion. How did you even get under there? You've come to challenge my trick house. That's why you're here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Consider your challenge accepted. Enter the scroll here and let your challenge commence. I'll be waiting at the back. And off he goes, apparently. So this is, ice puzzle. Yeah, he has made the floor very glossy and slippery for some reason. I don't get it. So, while we're going through here, no, I'm not going into bios of anything. I do want to talk about, later on, hello. I want to talk about more things that we can do that I'll probably never show, simply because there's really no reason to. And that is when it comes to rematches. Kind of like how Crystal and, well, I guess Harkle and Soul Silver had. We can rematch a lot of people that we met throughout the journey, and, well, one of those rematches happens to be all the gym leaders. If you want to, you can always rematch any of the gym leaders. You just have to call them and then wait for a call back. The weird thing is that they are all counted as double battles for some reason. I don't know why either. They are all double fights. Along with that, they will all have new teams, which I'm not covering since there's really no need to cover it besides grinding purposes. Kind of like rematching the Elite Four, which is another set of rematches. You can always go and rematch the Elite Four at your own leisure. Another weird one is Wally. Wally is rematchable, but he's kind of trickier to try to rematch. His little gimmick is that he sits at the end of Victory Road now, and I need to be up there. Okay, I need to go back. He sits at the end of Victory Road nowadays, and what he'll do is just kind of rematch you randomly. And it can just be checked on at random points, see if he'll want to rematch you. If he doesn't, cool. If he does, then, well, cool. As such, he also has, I don't think his team changes actually yet. I'm pretty sure his team does not change whatsoever. So there's that if you want to go and rematch Wally whenever you wish. And as I mentioned before, you can always go and rematch the Elite Four if you so wish. They all have new team members and they are much higher leveled, but that's, again, there's no need to rematch the Elite Four unless if it's for grinding purposes, so I'm just going to leave them be. As such, yeah, there's no way to ever rematch Bay, of all people. And it's so weird, and one of you guys made it more apparent to me. You don't ever fight May again, and she never has an evolved starter past the mid-evolution. Kind of screwing you out of ever seeing, well, Blaziken, Swampert, or or Sceptile, depending on your case. You have a full restore? Really? Come on. Also, to mention with Wally, he is the only opponent in the entire game that the match call system doesn't alert you about. You literally have to keep going back to Victory Road and hope that he just wants to fight you. He's really, really weird about that, and I don't know why, but maybe it's just because it was a last-minute addition and they didn't just program him correctly. I don't know. Oh, 51 on Nova. And you're learning to... No. Detect is basically just protect, but with a different name. It's stupid. Sharpedo. So yeah. As I said though, not doing any rematches or anything like that, unless if they're really cool for story purposes, in which case none of those are. So, I guess another thing I can talk about with rematches too is Gabby and Ty. They will have higher level Pokemon for you to grind off of now, and as I said, they're probably the best grinding spot in the entire game because, well, their Pokemon kind of get, well, they don't get up to your level, but it's the easiest way to make money and to make EXP. Like, they're an infinite resource. I need to go, I'm gonna go to Eclipse. So yeah, there's more things to talk about, but for right now, I'm just gonna, I don't know. We're just gonna get through the trainer house, because that's, or the trick house. I don't know why I call it the trainer house. I'm just gonna go through the trick house and do all the stuff in there. But it's kind of sad. This is the final time we're ever gonna see the trick house, man. Unless if we ever do Oris, but I mean, I don't see that happening for a very long time. Although, who knows? Anything's possible in the realm of Pokemon. Alright, heading up here. Bead mail. Friggin'. I'm getting rid of the mail. It literally does nothing. Also, I now realize too, I never used any of my rare candies. I mean, I didn't need to. I am gonna save those for a reason, though. There's a particular thing that it's in the future, and I need to go over to Hugh, walk up to this pot, go to this pot, go to this, and up. One more trainer battle, and we will be done here. So, something else that one of you guys actually gave me attention to, that, I don't know why I worded it like that. You provided attention towards a thing that I didn't even know about, and it is so weird, and I need to mention it here because I don't know how I didn't know about this. Well, I know how I didn't know about this because it's so stupid. Tate and Liza are really, really weirdly coded people when it comes to their battle. Here's the thing. Throughout the LP, I have suggested that, you know, you always target one person out of the double battle so it becomes a 2v1. That doesn't work on Tate and Liza because of the way that fight is coded for some reason. And that's why I got so tripped up on that fight, thinking that I could just snipe Tate or snipe Liza out of it. And one of you guys very graciously gave me the information of how that fight works. They're coded to be one trainer. Yeah, they're not two people. To the game's code, they are two people. Therefore, they are one person. So I did not pay attention to what you're sending out. Oh, that's kind of scary. I'm going to, I guess, Nova. So, they're coded as one person, which means that you're not fighting a double battle with two people. You're fighting a double battle with a single person, which negates the whole snipe the one side of the room technique thing. Just snipe the one trainer, because for double battles involving only one person per side, you just send out your Pokemon as one goes down, not once one trainer goes out, the other trainer is just stuck there. That's not how it works. And it's the only double battle in the game that is coded like that for some reason, besides any one that does a double battle just single-handedly, but that doesn't exist besides Tate and Liza for some reason. Oh, you made it to me. You're sharp. It took me all night polishing floors. You're above me in greatness. Possibly. What should I do? My fountain of ideas for tricks have run dry. Perhaps it is time I toured the country on a quest to devise new tricks. I hate to admit defeat, but you have bested me. Still, you must have been reeled in by my charisma for you to visit me again. And again, yes, you must have. But that has nothing to do with my losing. In recognition of the friendship between you, the Driven, and the genius that is myself, I demand you take this keepsake. Actually, there are two, a red tent and a blue tent. Which one do you prefer? Blue's my favorite color. Yeah, this is kind of a really terrible gift. Well, see you later, Trickmaster. That's all he'll ever do. In Ruby and Sapphire, it was simply a nugget he would give you. Which honestly, I think I would prefer, because that actually has something towards anything. I mean, it's money. But yeah, that's another thing off the checklist of 100%. The Trick House is no more. It's kind of sad. I'm gonna miss that place. I really loved going into the Trick House. So with all that said and done, I am gonna go and quickly heal and do all that, but I do thank you for the person who made attention to the whole Tate and Liza thing, because that's such a weird thing, and I didn't realize it until that person mentioned it. Like, it's just weirdly coded, and I don't know why they made it like that. One of the theories is that so that you couldn't just snipe the other person's Pokemon and make the battle really easy, which is exactly the thing I was trying to do. But anyways, with all that said and done, there is more to do. There is more things that have become open to us now that we have become champions. So, next time on Pokemon Emerald, we're going to be exploring the new facilities that have opened more throughout Hoenn. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.